As the presidential election nears, the Better Business Bureau says political scams are increasing.
Cornelia Nicholson has more on how to avoid them.
The BBB says that scammers will use people's emotion to prey on them. The more people care, the more vulnerable they'll be, which is why during election time, scammers will use your passion to trick you. During election time, your phone can be inundated with text messages asking for your support for different candidates. Michelle Mason, president of the Better Business Bureau, says it's common for scammers to make it look like they're a trusted source, inviting you to participate in a poll or make a donation.
Unfortunately, it's really difficult to discern who the message is coming from and whether or not it's legitimate. So the safest thing is to make sure you're not clicking on links and not giving out personal or financial information to anyone you weren't expecting to hear from.
She says typical scams have spelling and grammatical errors, but that's not the case with these political messages. Mason says it can be difficult to tell if a text message is real, but unexpected messages, including a link to another site, is concerning. And they're seeing several variations of these political scam messages.
It can be a survey, and they may even claim that you're going to get a prize for completing it, which typically that's not going to happen with election-type surveys.
Scammers will even text that you're not showing as registered to vote, and they can help you. Mason says this is not something you should handle over text or receive a phone call about.
Caller ID spoofing allows someone to call and make it look like they're calling from, example, a Republican or Democratic headquarters, and you can't rely on that because there's apps that can allow them to change that. Same thing with a text message.
If you do want to support a candidate by donating, Mason says it's best to visit their legitimate website for the candidate, making sure the link is secure by checking for the HTTPS or closed lock in the URL. She says if you do make a contribution, use your credit card. That gives you the best protection. In Chattanooga, Cornelia Nicholson, Local 3 News.